Welcome to Rock Around the Clock, daily cloud gaming news live at the same time, Monday to Friday. But first, if you're new to the show, please subscribe and hit the bell. If you'd like to support the channel, why not hit the join button on the channel homepage and become a member of Team Rock? Well, hello. Sorry about the little delay there. I was trying to get the giveaways set up, and I was messing around yesterday, and I finally got it to work, and then I've forgotten what I had to do, and oh man, and now I can hear music all over the place. I don't know what's going on. I feel so bad. How are you guys? I hope you're all well. We've had a cracking Wednesday already. OMG. Too many days in the week. Too many days. Where's my music? Hang on. I'm not prepared, fellas. I'm not prepared. I can hear music, but I don't think you can. Oh, there it is. You can hear it. Yep, it's there. Good. It may not be very loud, but maybe that's what I'm hearing then. Let me just try turning this off. No, I'm still hearing it. Well, that's disconcerting. But anyway, as long as you can hear me and it's not too loud, we can live with it. It's all good. I'm absolutely happy with that. Yeah, that's it. That's good. Right. Excellent. Let me just hide that. It's terrible, isn't it? Huh? How unprofessional of me. I'm sorry. Anyway, good to see you fellas and fellaresses. Let's have a look, see who we've got here. Oh dear. Rouster, I'm home today for a doctor's appointment, so I'm happy to be able to make the stream. Well, that's good news, isn't it? I hope it's not like a nasty doctor's thing. Is it to do with your sleep and all that stuff, mate? Is that what it's all about? Could be. Could be. Rokk failed to prepare. No, it's not that, mate. I've been on it. I've got to run a business as well, Pedder. I've had meetings today and all sorts of stuff. And I come in every single day. It changes. I don't know how. I honestly don't understand it. But you'd think, wouldn't you, if you set it up on a Monday, on a Tuesday and a Wednesday, it should be the same? Never is. Honestly, it changes all the time. But music's nice. It's chillin' music. I did this yesterday, and then I found... What is that found? Oh, here they are. I found them. There you go. So you don't need to worry anymore. And it's the same one. Good. Okay, well, that's cool. We'll run the same one later. We'll do it later. So, day 2 of our big old Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree Christmas gift giveaway. Yesterday, Martinez won. I haven't seen him in the chat yet. So the way it's working is that I've got a list of, well, there were 30 games. It's now down to 29. So whoever wins in the raffle, in the draw, which we'll do later in the show, you get to choose. I give you access to my little spreadsheet with a list of games in, and I'm telling you now, they're not all trash. There's some really good ones in there. And you get to choose. You will literally be able to say, I'd like that one, please, Rokk. And then I will get you the code for it, so it's all good. And Yellow's in the house. How are you, my friend? Hope you're keeping well, buddy. And Yellow is now been a member for over a month. So you're in your 2nd month. That's amazing. Thank you so much, brother. Hope you're having a great day. Anthony's here as well. Of course, a lot of you guys, have you taken extra time off because tomorrow's Thanksgiving, isn't it? So I don't know whether... I'm not quite sure how it works. I mean, I know that Thanksgiving's a massive day and, you all race to be with your family and then you have a massive turkey feast. And, it's kind of like a second Christmas day, isn't it, for all of you. But I don't know if some of you take the day before and the day after off as a holiday to try and make it a big thing. I know I would, if it was me, I would be doing that. I'd be saving a couple of days from my annual holiday, my annual vacation leave. I'd be doing that. Predator D, how are you, buddy? Good to see you. I hope you're keeping well. Hope you are very well. We got 0 games for me in the house. How are you, my friend? And Mihai, with a little duck. Is that a little duck? I think it is a duck, isn't it? It's a little chick. I hope you're well. Thank you for joining. Hello, says Pedder. But in more of a sort of more of a kind of northwestern accent. Illidan, you are not prepared. Illidan, you're not prepared. Yeah, well, I was, but I'm not. Let me know, guys, if the music's okay, because I think Crow thought it was quite loud yesterday. When I listened back, I agreed with him. It had got very loud indeed. So for some reason, I'm no longer listening to the... Oh, mate, you shouldn't have... Oh, bless you, Pedder. You shouldn't do that, buddy. I know times are hard. Do you know, I've said this before, but I mean, it really touches my heart when anybody gives me a little tip or a donation, but especially those of you who I know are struggling, and that means a lot to me, my friends. So thank you very much, and you certainly never need to apologise. Life gets in the way. Absolutely it does. A dip into Rokk's sack of games. Yeah, I bought a ton of games. These are all from my own money. These aren't codes that have been given to me. I didn't tap up any developers or anything. I've paid for these, and some great ones in there. There really are. So Martinez got a Vici Invicta, which of course was a Stadia Pro game back in the day, but he never got it as a Stadia Pro game. I think he came to Stadia later, which is a cracking game either way. Very genius. What's genius? What have I done? No new issues, thankfully. Oh, good stuff, Rouster. I'm glad to hear it, my friend. Just the sleep stuff. Yeah, got to keep monitoring it, haven't you? That's the important thing. Vet will not be streaming Thursday, Friday, Saturday or Sunday, so you're taking a whole chunk of time. That's cool. That's cool. I would, if it was me. I mean, what we tend to do, because I know typically in our country, in my country, in Britain, we tend to take more vacation than you guys do. I think we've spoken about this before, and I can't remember, but I think you get take a week off a year or something, 2 weeks. Whereas, in your average employment contract these days in the UK, it's like 4 weeks minimum. And then we have these public holidays, which we call bank holidays. And there's several of those. I mean, there's 2 over Christmas. So what tends to happen is people save up their holidays. Happens with us. So we close the business down for the week between Christmas Day and New Year's Day, which of course this year fall on Sundays. So there's a whole week off with some bank holidays in there as well. But makes it a nice proper Christmas. Know what I mean? A nice proper Christmas. Predator, welcome to Rokk Fan. Thank you, my brother. Thank you very much. So members, not only will all of you subscribers that have joined me today have an opportunity to win one of 29 games, but on Friday, we also will be, and this is every week, there's a members only draw as well. And this Friday, we are giving away a brace of outright games, one of which I think has only just gone live as well. And here's an interesting thing. I think I'm allowed to tell you this. I've not been told not to say anything. Tomorrow night, of course, is Rock Players. But it's a special one because it's Thanksgiving, and we know that you guys will all be doing your whole family thing. So it's a special live edition, and we've actually got somebody from Outright Games coming on the show, and Bjorn is going to be interviewing them, talking about what it was like doing stuff with Stadia, what their plans and thoughts are for cloud gaming. So it's going to be a really, really interesting show. I'm trying to get a couple of others on as well to make it a really interesting discussion. But make sure you join for that one. Then on the Friday, I'm going to play an hour of Brats, which is a game that they've asked me, well, not asked me, they've given me a code and said I'm happy for me to review that one. So we'll be doing that one. So what I do on a Friday is I go live an hour earlier than we do today. And then normal time, we kick it into the normal show. Bit of news, giveaways, loads of stuff. So I'm trying to kind of spice up the week, guys, make it a little bit more interesting. Doopy-doo. The day after Thanksgiving is spent recovering from turkey coma and shopping all the fun sales that are going on. Yeah, this is it. You've got your Black Friday, haven't you? It's fascinating, isn't it? How across, certainly in Britain, we're very much starting, well, we have done now for some years. I would say probably since the 90s, starting to mirror the kind of American cultural holidays and celebrations and so on. What else we got here? Times are hard, but I've got Play Credit. Oh, bless you, my friend. Oh, yes, of course, the old Google Play Credit. Well, that's much appreciated because you could give that to a load of folk. I really, really, really appreciate that. Thank you. Morgen Live, Guten Abend, mein Freund. I've still forgotten the whole how are you. I'm going to get it out, print it, and stick it on the wall. I'm going to remind myself. So Vet's only taking that time off due to turkey coma. So yeah, what did you say? Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday? Well, Saturday, Sunday from streaming, but you wouldn't normally be working. I presume it depends on your job, I guess. Hey, Primo, how are you, my friend? 2 weeks are standard in the US, plus your kind of days of celebration. Yeah, your bank holiday. So you got like Veterans Day and May Day and Martin Luther King Day and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, 4 weeks is the average in the UK. We have got holiday. So in other words, and the way it works with my business is if for every year that you've worked in the company, you get an extra day of holiday. So, the company's 20 years old. Thankfully, I'm the only person that's been there for 20 years. But I only take about 2 weeks a year myself, to be honest. I've never taken the full 4 weeks. Neither does my business partner, but, staff are entitled to it. So Primo's wife works for the state, so she has all of those days off paid. Oh, sorry, Ant's wife. So what, you'd get those days and they're not paid? All holidays paid in the UK, including those public holidays. I mean, it's actually not obligatory for businesses to give those holidays, but they do. It's a thing. It's an absolute thing. So, yeah. I'm really annoyed that I can hear this music. I'm not sure that you guys are hearing it. I'm trying to work out if I go... let's go there and I can turn... No, that makes no difference. What about this one? Oh, that's better. You can hear it though, can't you? You're hearing it, yeah? I've just turned it down and now I'm not hearing it properly. Weird. Anyway, as long as I can hear it myself. Yeah, this happens as well. I find this happens as well, Pedder. So I'll make some changes on a Tuesday. And then something happens. I mean, if you think right now, so at this precise moment in time, I have got OBS running. I have got a chat extension running. Hearing it well. Thank you, Agnello. I have got Melon running in a browser window, which is pumping out to Twitch and Facebook. PyCon, how are you, my friend? I looked over on Twitch and there was PyCon. Good to see you, buddy. I can pop you up on stream. Look at that. Wowzer. Thank you for popping into Twitch. I really appreciate that. It's cool of you to do that. Thank you. So I've got that running. On top of that, I have my browser running with the giveaway and I have a browser running with the news. So there's a lot going on this machine. And of course the camera as well, the cam link running my 4K DSLR. So all of that stuff and the Elgato Wave software, which is what's causing me issues at the moment. So all of that stuff's going on across two monitors. And that is why stuff fails. And what's annoying is because I restart everything before I go live, and then I have to set it all up again. And the problem is what happened just now was I'd reset it all. I'm telling you stuff you don't need to know, but I'm going to share it with you anyway. And then when I fired up the browser, it had previously been on a third monitor, which I very rarely use. So I had to fire that monitor up and drag the browser window down. And in doing that, it messed up the audio. I don't know why. But anyway, that's what happened. So yeah, it's not all down to me. That's my excuse. Pedder says, no, to be fair, I always end up losing holidays because I never take them. Yeah, exactly that. I mean, if you don't need them, you don't need them. It's difficult. We've always had a policy of, use it or lose it, because otherwise what you get is people not taking holiday. And then all of a sudden, at the busiest times of the year, they'll announce they want to take virtually the whole month off. And we also restrict it to 2 weeks, any one block of time. And there's PyCon. There he is. He's turned over from Twitch. Good to see you, buddy. I saw you there, though. Right. Any jobs going, Rokk? Yeah. Oh, do you know, I don't know what it is with my nose, but the last few days, it's almost like I've been sniffing coke. I've never even smoked a cigarette in my life. No jobs going at the moment, Pedder, my friend. But I would definitely not have an issue with you working for my business. You're a hard-working, industrious, creative fellow. I would think you'd be a steal. And most of my team work from home as well, so distance isn't an issue. But right now, we don't. There's nothing at all going. Sorry. Vet is retired. Vet only streams. I don't know why he talks in third person. It's so funny. You should change to Pepsi. Oh, yes. Exactly. Yeah, I feel like I've been sniffing Fanta. So, like at my job, I don't have off most of the holidays, so I just have to go to work. I mean, it obviously depends a lot on your different careers and stuff. I mean, there's no question of that. But I do know that the UK takes a heck of a lot of holidays. I don't think we take the most holidays in countries around the world. Top of the day to you. Hey, Mosley, how are you, buddy? Have you installed Avicii yet? How are you finding it? It's a great game. It really is a great game. It's a good game anyway, but the soundtrack to it is mind-blowingly good. So we'll be doing that in a little while. I'm going to move us over to the news, guys, because Dan, how are you, brother? Lurking in the background, setting up my new Virgin Fiber 1 gig. Woohoo! Yeah, but it's the up that's the problem with them, isn't it, mate? What are you getting on the up? Because I had to go with BT in the end. I mean, actually, I've now had it for a couple of years or a year, because they were the fastest up. And even then, with the 1 gig, it was only 110, which was like, particularly most people in America and other countries that have a gig seem to have a gig up, a gig down. It annoys me. But I did look at Virgin recently again, because I noticed they were pushing out the 1 gig. And I'm sure that it was only about 50 up or something. But I'm interested to know. Rokk Show. Yes, Anthony. When I move to Florida, my plan is to get a remote job. So if you'll be hiring to have a boss, I'll shoot over my resume. So what? That's like managing the remote control. That would be cool, wouldn't it? Yeah, and you should be working for yourself, my friend. You've got all the skills necessary, not least of which amazing energy, and you're very personable. Clive? Is Clive in the house? I haven't seen Clive. Where's Clive? Hey, cowboy. It's good to see you, Clive. Have I missed Clive? I'm deeply sorry if Clive popped in and I didn't see him, because I'm looking up and down my list here and I'm not seeing a Clive. I'm seeing a Dan. And Dan says, yeah, about 50 up. That's what I thought. Settling. I think I looked a year ago and it was 50 up. And that's what killed it for me in the end, because, from a content creation perspective, it's the up that's really important. And the most I could get, at least from the big providers, was that 110 from BT. So what I do, mate, is I've run, although I'm in my garage, I put a cable in, an Ethernet cable to the router, which is inside the house. So here I get the full 1 gig. Well, it's 950 something. And then I get the full 110 up. But 50 probably work, because you don't do a lot of this stuff, do you? But for me, I needed as high as possible, even just for 1440. I was stuttering like a stutterer otherwise. Pre-pandemic, I was self-employed. Yeah, you had a cracking little business going, my friend. So I'd choose which days to take off. The weeks were pretty easy, so I didn't have to take vacations. The last few years have knocked us all for 6, and a lot of us are still being affected by it. We have the added pain of Brexit, which has absolutely magnified all the issues possible. So yes, there's been a pandemic. Yes, there's been, as everybody says it, Putin's war. But actually underlying, we are right down there in terms of recovery, the slowest to recover. We're showing little to no signs of recovery versus other Western countries, which have all come back up on the other side. And that is Brexit. It's a denied thing, but it's the thing that shall not be spoken of anymore, but it's in there. I want to try and catch up with everybody. Liam, how are you, my friend? Thanks for popping in, dude. Sorry, Vet, I'm going back to work now. No, Ant, don't go. Come back. It's not as easy on the eyes. No, I'm not as camera friendly as you. Oh, bless you. I always love watching your stuff, mate. You know that. You should be doing more of it. Talking of which, when's the new site launching? I'm keen. I want to get you into my round robin of looking at news. Bjorn just got back from the Witcher 3 next gen stream. And did you find out what's going on, mate? When are they launching the next gen? Soon, isn't it? Wasn't it December the something? It's going to be free as well, isn't it? If you've got The Witcher 3, you get that for free. Cloud saves, ray tracing, yeah. They're really pulling out all the stops, aren't they? I think they got royally slapped over their cyberpunk releases. December 14th, okay. Not too far away. We're talking, 2.5 weeks, give or take. Fantastic. When I originally heard about Brexit, says Adam, I thought it didn't make sense. Didn't seem like a good idea. It wasn't. The public were completely gaslit. There'll be some that will say, no, it was all about sovereignty and freedom and laws and stuff. But we actually, most of the European laws that Britain signed up to, we actually suggested they were our laws that we put forward. Like, for instance, the cookie initiative, where you've got to accept cookies. That came from Britain. It's all to do with authoritarians and super billionaires looking to make a lot of dosh. I saw David popped in. Hey, Crow, how are you today, my friend? Am I too quiet? Am I too loud? Tony, yo, bro, is that Tony the brother? I can't see. Yes, it is. It's my brother Tony. Hey, everybody, say hi to brother Tony. Give him a little wave. Yoo-hoo! How are you, bro? Good to see you. You're actually watching me on YouTube today, aren't you? Or was it Facebook? No, I don't know. I think it's YouTube you've popped into. Good to see you. Good to see you, dude. Sound is great today. Oh, that's awesome, my friend. Getting hyped now for tomorrow's Rock Players. Yes, I was explaining earlier to everybody about outright games and everything, and that's super exciting. We're going to be giving away a couple of outright games on Friday. And I'm going to play Bratz as well. My daughter is super jealous. Super jealous. I've been trying to get her involved in it, but... I'm not going anywhere, Rock. Vet said he was my boss and told me to get back to work. Oh, I see. See, Vet'll do that to you, mate. He'll do that. Still plodding along, but since the Stadia closure, I have a lot less to code for it now. So sooner rather than later, I cannot wait, my friend. You are a supremo web designer and web developer. I've never seen you do anything that was below brilliant, so I can't wait to see that. It is going to look great on 3080, Bjorn. You're absolutely right. I think I've got it. I think I've got it on GFN. So certainly looking forward to it. My brother says, hi all. Hi. All good. Resting before another night shift. Yeah, he works nights. That would kill me. There is no way I could be doing that. I had Minivet join me for an outright game stream. You did, buddy. You did indeed. And very good it was too. And it's great. I think it's really cool to get the family involved, like Josiah does with Hezekiah. Thanks, pal. Put a huge smile on my face. Wow, from one to another, dude. Absolutely 110% lootly. Right, listen, we're way past news o'clock. I knew this would happen. Let's get over here. Now, I've got some interesting stuff that I really wanted to at least cover off. So the first thing I want to do is go to Cloudbase, and we're going to have a quick look and see new games, because there are some. So I'll have a quick look at new Boosteroid games. We're going to zoom in for you. There we go. Actually, I don't think this has changed since last time we looked. I remember Brotato was in there. Brotato. Yeah, I think they're all pretty much the same. There was an interesting Boosteroid interview, actually, that was it on your channel or MM2K's? Because you sent me the link and I just clicked it. I think it was your channel, wasn't it? And MM2K was the guest. Very, very interesting interview with Boosteroid, guys. You want to go and, if you've got any thoughts about Boosteroid, what they're up to, etc., definitely go and watch it because it was really interesting. New GeForce Now games. I know there's been much. No, Evil West. Everybody's raving about it. Ship of Fools, Cave Blazers, Frozen Flame, Goat Sim 3. I think they're all relatively known. We won't look at Shadow because that will be whatever that will be. We'll have a quick look at Xbox new games. I actually played Gunrave Gore today for the first time, and I didn't realise it was on here. I saw John playing it, thought that looks interesting, and then I fired up over lunchtime to see what was new. I thought, there it is. So I gave it a go, and I really enjoyed it. But the other game, which they're not showing here that you can now play, is Battlefield 2042. So I'm super hyped to play that. I'm going to definitely want to be playing that later. I tell you what, guys, realising what the time is, let's get the giveaway started, shall we? Should we go for it? Okay, good. The winner random game on Steam Draw has started. So as yesterday, exclamation point win to get added. It'll only work for subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed, and if you haven't subscribed, you can't be in the chat because it's a subscriber-only chat as well, but you might just be watching. So do yourselves a favour and subscribe, and then get yourself into the draw. Just a quick reminder, one of now 29. We're doing 30 days of Christmas, a game giveaway every single day that I'm streaming, right up to the few days before Christmas. Yesterday, mostly Martinez won a copy of Avicii Invicta. What I will do is, the winner, I'll contact you guys hopefully via Twitter. We'll see at the very, very end when we get our winner. I will ask you to confirm if you're on Twitter or not. You let me know if that's not appropriate and where I can find you, whether it's Facebook, Mastodon, wherever. I don't mind, Hive, LinkedIn, or even on my Discord, so that I can give you access to the spreadsheet and you can choose from that massive list of games. And honestly, some great ones in there. I've got Doom 64. There's a Marvel game, which I forget the name of, which looks amazing. Some really, really good games. There's some games worth money in there. There's no tat, I'm telling you. Great, this is good. We're up to 12 already. Brilliant stuff. Right, I'll let you guys crack on and keep doing that. We'll go back to the news. So we've got 28 minutes left. And if we get to the top of the hour, I might just close it anyway. So get your entries in. So meanwhile, Xbox Cloud Game. Yes, Battlefield 24. That's awesome. I don't think there's anything new on PlayStation. Ratchet and Clank. There's a bunch of Ratchet and Clanks, actually. I need to go and have a look at those. Kingdom Hearts. There's a bunch of Kingdom Hearts. Oh, got some Rainbow Six Siege news, guys. Hopefully, well, we may not get to it, so I'll let you know. There's a new update with cross-save and cross-progression. Yes, so you'll be able to play with other people on other consoles and things like Xbox and PlayStation, which I don't think you've been able to do up until now. So that's cool. Lick that like and slap that subscribe button. Well done, guys. Get in the draw. I'm super excited. And don't forget, Friday, there's another draw for members only as well, for some outright games. So let's go to our next. Right, so this is my headline news item. Came across this in a very obscure way. This is an outfit called Care Game, but it's a cloud gaming technology just for mobile games. Unique, as far as I'm aware. We've obviously been looking at cloud gaming from desktop gaming perspective. This is the first service that I'm aware of that is offering you the opportunity to play mobile games in the cloud. In other words, you don't need to install them on your phone. So big AAA games, those big massive hogs, mobile gaming hogs, you'll be able to play them on a relatively low quality mobile device, which I thought was fascinating. Now, I don't think that it has gone live yet. There is no obvious way here to sign up. So they're building this, and I actually found it through a professional gaming blog. It wasn't a kind of consumer one. But it's interesting, isn't it? So let's have a quick look at what it says. Mobile operators, your own customized mobile cloud gaming. Leverage and monetize your audience. So they're obviously looking to offer a white label solution. And that's how I came across it. It was on, I think it was on a telecoms website or something. White label mobile cloud gaming solution, 1,200 plus mobile games available to users, one touch to play, ready in 2 weeks. So if you're a mobile operator, they can have it set up with your brand in it and stuff within 2 weeks. Now, I don't know what the model is. Typically, it's a percentage cut. So the mobile operators would say, hey, $8.99 a month, you can have access to all of these amazing mobile cloud games, and then they give £1.50 or something back to these guys. Boost your reach. Mobile publishers boost your reach and player base. Bring your games to millions of new players effortlessly. Efficient new distribution channel for your mobile games. Zero development required. Well, that's Rockmas asked a question that I wondered as well, which is, can you play it on a laptop? I don't know that they've even... There's two things. One is there's nothing in this website that suggests that it is live yet. The second is that I don't know that they themselves are taking it to the public. They may simply be offering this as a white labeled solution, as Stadia were looking to do. But real AAA mobile games, the same top-notch, demanding heavy games as in the app stores, iOS and Android, runs, well, of course it does, it's cloud-based, runs on any smartphone, no matter how old, zero storage, not a single app to download, play in. I mean, it's the standard cloud stuff. No gamepad needed, no weird overlay either, only the game's native touch controls. It's interesting, isn't it? High quality for everyone, ultra-low latency, 60 frames per second, from as low as 1.25 megs. Largest games catalogue, 1,200 mobile games from top publishers ready to be deployed. They've got some partners here, OVH, Microsoft, AWS. I mean, these are people providing the back engine, the back end system. Digital Virgo, Nokia, Star, Sunnyside Games, Plug-in Digital, Playdigious, Hermit Crab, HeroCraft, Handy Games, and 15 more. So there's not much more to it than that, but it's an interesting one, is it not? Heyo, geek, how are you, dude? Hey, the King Noob, how are you? Guys, quickly, get in there with your exclamation point win. We've got 15 entries so far. This is your chance to win from a list of 29 Steam games. We're giving away one every single day for Christmas. So if you're a subscriber, and if you're in the chat, you have to be. What's going on, Rokk and chat? Hey, Cherry, how are you, brother? Great to see you as always, my friend. Absolutely. So we are 22 minutes in, but I'm going to call it in 10 minutes. So you've got 10 more minutes to claim your entry. We've got 15 entrants in there. Going back to our main story. So this was all I could find on these guys. But obviously contact information. There's some stuff down here on the company, which I always like to have a little look at. Working with Microsoft, AWS and OVH. I'm not familiar with OVH. Microsoft's going to be Azure, probably. Microsoft Azure. And AWS is obviously Amazon Web Services. So they're using probably both of them to deliver the service itself. Geeks entered, well done, my friend. Chariot's definitely looking to win. Well, I mean, you've got good odds. It's good odds. I mean, we're looking at 1 in probably 20 by the time we call it. We're up to 18 right now. So they're good odds for winning. Our expertise, accessible, innovative and unique. Care Game is the cloud gaming tech for all mobile gamers everywhere, already accessible from 54 countries. Wow, across 5 continents, bringing AAA 60 frame per second. Probably 720, I would have thought, which is why they can do it at such a low connection rate. On a device, on a mobile device, there's absolutely no point in being much higher than that. Every smartphone, Android and iOS, so it could be a web app, That would make it work, because right now, of course, Apple are not friendly to cloud gaming solutions and services, which is, we'll quickly move on to the next big news item. Every budget, not only the richest, should be part of the game. It's definitely worded to me by someone who's not a native English speaker. Nobody would say not only the richest should be part of the game. So could be another Eastern European company. There seem to be a lot of those guys working out there. So it's a very interesting pattern. The whole of North America and excluding Mexico by the look of it, a big chunk of South America, most of Europe, excluding Russia, excluding, I think you've got your stands down here, haven't you? Your Afghanistans and so on. Sweden, going on there. We've got South Africa, not Australia. Poor old Australia, they do struggle. But we've got Japan and coming up into India, I believe. I can't remember. Is that India? I can't remember. Anyway, a lot of that stuff. So a lot of countries covered under development, ready to get into mobile cloud gaming. This sends you to a contact form. With it would worry me if I was interested in this, not having a clue as to where, seeing no actual physical address, because it's quite key. If you're going to assess if you're going to build a confidence in somebody, you kind of want to know they've actually got a physical office or at least a trading address. But we could look up caregames.com as a domain name. We'd probably find a lot that way. We've also got some press stuff, terms and conditions, T's and C's. There you go. Bella Chasse. So we've got a Parisian number. That's interesting. So France, by the look of it, Paris. So it could be Blacknut, because, of course, they're based in Paris. So it could well be an offshoot of Blacknut. That would make some sense. iOS is a trademark, or iOS is a trademark or red trademark of Cisco. Well, it can't be iOS. That's something. That's some kind of license, third-party license that they've got. Head office is 6 the Bellechasse Road, or Bellechasse, in Paris, and another place, and a number in Paris as well. So, Parisian. Published by Caregame SAS with a capital, which is interesting, of 280,000 euros. I've never seen that before. They've actually stated their capitalization. Wow, that's a fascinating one, isn't it, guys? There we go. So that was that one. Then, while we've got 5 minutes left, guys, get in the draw. Wolock's in the draw. Well done, my friend. How many we got? 21. This is looking good. Ignore the 17 minutes left. I'm going to call it in 5 minutes. But we've got 21 with 71 tickets. If you are a member, you get additional tickets. I think that's how it works. So very quickly, and this will probably be our last news item. I had tons of news here, though. So you remember the CMA, you remember those guys, the Competition and Markets Authority. They popped up recently, if you remember. They were quite interested in Xbox, and they got hot under the collar over the whole Xbox versus PlayStation and all that stuff going on. Well, they've changed tack, and they've now refocused, looking at the Android and Google duopoly, as they call it. It says the UK's antitrust watchdog, who, by the way, I'd not heard of the CMA until that Xbox thing. I think that they renamed themselves from what would have been the competition and probably mergers and something anyway. Move follows a market study conducted by CMA, Competition and Market Authority, last year that led to a final report this summer which concluded that there are substantial competition concerns, with the regulator finding that the tech giants, i.e. Amazon, Google and Apple. Got there in the end. Amazon, what? No, Google and Apple, this is correct, have what it described as an effective duopoly. In other words, instead of one company, a monopoly, it's two companies controlling a sector on the mobile ecosystems that allow them to exercise a stranglehold, over their app stores, which of course they do, Android and iOS. And this is what Epic were kicking off about. And rightly so as well, because they both charge 30% as a minimum, or as a maximum. There are some deals to be had, but also Apple went a stage further in not allowing dedicated cloud gaming applications. And of course, you remember that they kind of rescinded and allowed web-based, cloud-based applications. Anyway, CMA's going after them. They're not happy. Its PR emphasizes the strategic importance of mobile browsers, noting that most people use a mobile browser at least daily to access online content, and adding that 97% of all mobile web browsing in the UK last year occurred on browsers powered by either Apple or Google's engines. Apple don't have a search engine, do they? I thought they made money from the searches via Google or Bing. Fairly certain. I mean, they have a browser, of course. They have Safari. But I'm fairly certain they never went down the route of developing their own search engine. I'm fairly certain that they get a kickback for every paid search. They must be referring to... thank you, Petter. They must be referring to Safari. This is TechCrunch article here. But that may be the CMA, and it may be ignorance on their part. On cloud gaming services, the regulators concerned restrictions applied via mobile platforms could hamper the growth of the developing sector, leading to UK gamers missing out. Web developers have complained that Apple's restrictions, combined with suggested underinvestment in its browser tech, lead to added costs and frustrations as they have to deal with blah, blah, blah. So they're coming after them, and they are instigating, a further report, I guess. In their 15-page response to the consultation that the CMA has published today, Apple argues against the opening of an MIR into either mobile browsers or cloud. Of course they do, all cloud gaming. Denying its activity around mobile browser comprises a restriction on competition. It's a tough one. I've seen the arguments. There's a brilliant tech lawyer that I used to watch all the time. He did like kind of daily stuff on this, and just a lawyer. He would deep dive it all, or deep dove, as you would say in the States. But there's definitely issues here that need to be looked at. I don't know what the answer is, though, quite honestly. I mean, there are other browsers. People don't choose to use them. I'm using Opera here, for example, because I love the fact that I can pop out Twitter, and you can't see it on your screen, but down the side here, I've got access to all my socials. Plus, I love some of the functionality in the Opera browser. It allows me to limit the amount of CPU or GPU usage that it has, and so on. But some stuff doesn't work on it, so I still have to use Chrome. I quite like Edge as well as it goes, but at the end of the day, it's a derivative of Chrome. It uses the Chromium engine. And I think so does Opera, but not 100% sure. Opera, if I remember rightly, are based in Sweden. Bjorn, if you're still here, you can let me know. He needs to drop out anyway. There you go. Right. It'll be one to watch. But, they keep getting attacked. Ultimately, something has to give. A Google spokesperson said, Android gives people a greater choice. You see, they can argue, look, Android only exists because once upon a time, Apple was a monopoly. They came out with the tech. Here you go, the first ever proper smartphone. You could argue that BlackBerry with its, what were they called, those PDAs? I forget what they were called. I used to have one. They would argue they were, with a little stylus and everything. But Apple really kicked the market off. Of course, it didn't come out with 3G to begin with, did it? I don't remember. I think initially it was on Wi-Fi only. And if you remember, for the longest time, once they'd instigated their own app store, which took a while, for the longest time, apps were $1 or $1.99. The whole freemium model hadn't really kicked in. But Android would argue that Google would argue that Android was in response to Apple. The problem is you've got this huge, I forget the numbers now. It's something like 30% iOS and 70% Android, but most money is spent on iOS. So you're more likely to get people to pay for apps and pay for services and pay for games if they have an iPhone, which makes sense. So I don't know what they could do, because there are all these browsers, there are these other systems. Everybody's kind of caved in now and gone Android, to be fair. Shall we stop it, guys? Shall we get it going down? We've got 21 users. I'm going to call it in 30 seconds. So if you haven't, !win. A couple of years back, Pedder says, Android was forced to ask you when you first boot up the phone which search engine you wanted to use. That's interesting. So they don't do that anymore, do they? If people still choose Google, that isn't Google's fault. No, this is the point. This is my whole point. It's one thing to say, it's anti-competitive, but it's by choice. Of course, where Google were supremely genius was they just gave you they just looked at every service that we paid for and gave you a free version, because they wanted to get you into an ecosystem where you just Googled, you just Gmailed, you just, Google Doc'd, you just YouTubed. So they were very, very clever. Apple are kind of trying now, but I'm not sure that it's working so well for them. Right, I'm going to close it, guys. Beep, 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 beep. Phipps, did you get in, mate? I don't think you did. Poor Phipps. Oh, dear. Oh, mate, that's such a shame. Right, it should be quicker. Okie dokie. Right, here we go. I am going to pick a winner. Good luck. Good luck, here we go. Good luck. It's going to be, drum roll, one of 29 games in my massive Christmas Steam PC game giveaway. A lot of them, by the way, are on GeForce Now. Not all of them, but a lot of them are. And I need you to tell me, when your name pops up, kick me out of Team Rokk. No, I didn't kick you out of Team Rokk. If you're in, dude. Right. I am now going, I'm cooking. Why would I want to kick anybody out of my Team Rokk? Ain't going to happen. Drum roll, says Pedder. Here we go. Chariot Man Gaming! Hey, look at that. Chariot Man. Woohoo! Well done, my friend. You can see it's totally random. I'm showing you on here so that you know it's not fixed. GG. Well done, Chariot. Dude, how cool is that? All right, Chariot, I will get in touch with you on Twitter. I'll DM you. You may not be here now, but I will DM you anyway. And, excuse me, I will send you a link to my spreadsheet and you can choose from my list. But don't worry, guys. We've still got 28 more every single streaming day. That's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Until Christmas, if you pop in, you've got as you can see, a fairly strong chance of winning. Phipps, I haven't kicked you out, brother. You should be there. Are you not in the members list anymore? In the members thing? You sure you've renewed? Because I've seen they don't always automatically renew you. Oh, mate, I'm upset for you now, brother. I want you in Team Rokk. You're a stalwart of Team Rokk. Guys, that was brilliant. Well done. Well done. I'll let you know what game he chooses tomorrow. But that's absolutely brilliant. David, I hope you're keeping well, my friend. I meant to say hello to you earlier. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to ignore you, brother. Just keep clicking it 20 more times just to prove it's random. All right, watch. I don't know that I can. Yeah. There's Primo. Look at that. Primo and David would have been the next up. John Burford. He's totally random. Phil. Hey, Penner, you'd have been in. If all the others had not been able to claim that prize, you'd have been there. Right, I'm going to mark it as complete. And that is going to be, we're going to be up for it again tomorrow. And there we go. I just need to click custom. That's how I get it up. And let's get rid of these old ones. We don't need these anymore. Let's get rid of these. We only want the one, don't we? We use the same template every day. And tomorrow I'll remember to do it half an hour in. Right. Good stuff. Brilliant stuff. Thank you so much, Primo. Bless you, dude. With a little pom-pom pear. Is it a pear? Some little green thing. Bless you. Thank you so much. I hope you're keeping well, by the way. How's the new job? How's that been working out for you? Hopefully it's been working out well for you. It's very kind of you. Thank you, dude. My chest, my throat's going. Something's going wrong. Oh, Bruce, you just missed it, brother. You just missed it. Oh, dagnabbit. But don't worry, because we'll have another draw tomorrow, and on Friday, it's members only, as well as, can you tweet us a GeForce Now code? I have asked for some new ones because I've run out of my stock. What you need to do is DM me on Twitter and just ask me on there so that I've got so I've got a little thread going, and then I'm more than happy. Just bear in mind, if you've ever used one of the codes before, or if you've ever had a priority account, it won't work. So these are only for people that have never tried the paid for priority. But I'm more than happy to, once I've got my new selection of codes, which may be there now, but at the moment, I don't know. He loves, excuse me, I've got hiccups. He loves the new job. That's cool, because it's an old friend of yours, mate, isn't it? That's always helpful, isn't it? It's somebody that you admire, respect, and trust. That's really good news. Whoever redeem wins. Redeems what? Redeems what? I don't know what do you mean, redeems? What are you redeeming? But Noob, get me a DM and I will happily... Oh, look at that. Geek's a member for 6 months. That's fantastic, my friend. Thank you so much, brother. That's amazing. Just celebrated being on Team Rokk for 6 months. Awesome. Awesome. Oh, you got the $30 6-month deal. Yeah, I think it's ended now, hasn't it? Was it yesterday that it ended? I tell you, that was a mega deal. I would definitely have. I don't need to renew because they sponsor me. Well, they kind of do. I mean, they give me 30/80, so, what can I say? But I definitely would. I still have my priority account, by the way. I fired it up earlier. So the deal is I pay for the priority account myself, and then they top it up to 30/80. I think that's how it works. But interesting discussion with Boosteroid on Vet's channel, which I definitely recommend watching. Somebody asked them how much they were going to charge for the 4K when it eventually arrives. And because if you remember the last time they were asked, which I think was on Duncan's, Duncan may have been interviewing them, they said it would be the same price. Everyone went, what? Well, they didn't say that today. Today they said it would be extra. And interestingly, he said, I think it's going to be around $18. Well, of course, that's the same price as the 3080 on GeForce Now. It's really worth watching, though, because they're adamant that they don't do anything underhanded and that it's kind of, my boss is my friend, says Primo, and the owners are also friends. Oh, that's nice. I enjoy the work too. Lots of nerdy testing. Oh, that's really cool. Ant says, Rokk, did you get your God of War Ragnarok yet? I didn't. I've sent back Gotham Knights, actually, Ant, because I was enjoying it, but I've got the old FOMO over Ragnarok and Evil West. I think I'd enjoy them more. So I sent that back today. They should get it tomorrow, and I'll get notified tomorrow what my next game is. So fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Right, guys, I think I'm right in saying that Simply Pawned, young William, is streaming, so I don't want to take up too much of his... Yeah, he is. So I'm going to let you guys go. Oh, they're sending you Gotham Knights next. I think you'll love it, mate. I mean, I really enjoyed it. My one problem with it, which is what everybody else has said, is as you wander around Gotham, it gets a bit repetitive and there's not a lot of life there, like Cyberpunk. When you go around the city in Cyberpunk, there's like tons of people and energy, and you don't get that in Gotham. And I think that's been the massive criticism across the board. But the game itself is super polished. It's gorgeous looking. It reminded me of Marvel's Spider-Man, the first big Spider-Man rebuild that came out on PlayStation, with all the little side missions and stuff and the story and everything. Plus you get to choose at any point which of the characters you want to play, and it keeps the same level of XP each time, so you don't have to kind of build them all up independently. I'm interested in your thoughts. I think you'll love it. Chaps, thank you so much. Thank you very, very much. I will be in touch with Chariot. He doesn't even know he's won yet, bless him. And I will see what game he wants to choose. I will be back tomorrow. We'll have another giveaway. I'll start it dead on past tomorrow, so you get a full half an hour. And I will also go over all that news that I never got to. There was a ton of it. Thank you, as always, for joining me. It's an absolute massive pleasure and an honour for you guys to spend so much time with me. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And I will see you all tomorrow. Have a cracking day. Cracking morning, afternoon, and, of course, evening. Now, you watch me as I leave the building, and I will see you all tomorrow. Take care. Rock out.